Let me ask you this. Why do you think so many women complain about toxic masculinity, but the same women are attracted to the dominant, borderline aggressive man, but they complain about toxic masculinity?
The women that complain about that, I feel like those are the women that want to control everything in the relationship, including the man. You know, when a woman, and this is anybody, but we're speaking about women right now. When a woman wants to control something and she's not able to, then a lot of times she lashes out, she acts out. You know, she'll attack, she'll belittle, she'll accuse. So you know, it boils down to you know, her own perspective, her own mindset, and her own psyche. So if a woman feels like she doesn't have control of her life, or something may have happened to her as a child, and so she feels like, you know, like psychologically out of control, her life is out of control, she ain't going nowhere, then what happens is they always want to control things. I promise you, because like I said, and y'all know I'm gonna keep it all the way truthful, right? Like I said, I was born into trauma. Okay, I was born into trauma. I was born, like I said, my mom was doing her thing. I was born a drug addicted baby. They said I was never going to thrive. They said I was always going to have learning disabilities. I was always one of the smartest in the class. Ain't nothing ever been wrong with me. My health is perfectly fine. So this is the thing, right? But on the flip side of that, traumatically, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, I felt like I was out of control. As a kid, I felt like I didn't get the structure and the stability, right? So when I was with my ex-husband, I always found myself wanting to control everything. Because everything that I grew up around, it was chaotic. There was no structure, so I always felt out of control. So I wanted to finally control something.
Right.
Yeah. These bitches.
You're speaking from understanding, being that person and understanding that. Okay.
Absolutely. I know I was wrong.
So how do men handle if they're in a relationship with somebody who just has to control everything? But they really like the person. They like everything about them, but that part, she wants to control everything.
You have to call her out. You guys have to call these women out. You have to call them out. You cannot pussyfoot around it. You cannot sit up there and be like, oh, happy wife had no, fuck that. Ain't no happy wife, happy life. We're not going to sit up there and be pussyfooting around the issue. We're going to call her out. And this is the thing. If she wants to fix herself, then she can and she will. You could be a support system, but you can't fix her. But also, if she's in denial that she needs to fix anything, you got to disperse. She's never going to give you the woman in her that you want her to be. Even though she could have a great heart, she's never going to be that, because she doesn't feel like there's anything wrong with her. And anybody that feels like there's nothing that in themselves that needs to be fixed or that they can level up on is somebody that's too hard-headed to be able to give wisdom to, and they won't change until they're ready. I didn't change, so I was ready. I was a mess.
You had people or people you dated telling you like this something's wrong with you, and you still was like, no, it's not.
See, I was, fun fact, a lot of people, I was married for almost 25 years.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
So I got the stars, the stripes, the purple hearts, you know what I mean? So yeah. I'm a soldier in this thing. Yeah. So it's like this, Fred, you know, because I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. Y'all know how I do. So you know, I started to really get with myself spiritually. So I started to figure out who I really was spiritually, right? Mm-hmm. And so I saw things in myself. I saw the anger. I saw the resentment. I saw the bitterness. I saw the control. I saw the, you know, belittling that I would do, the backbiting, the you know, running my mouth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the more I started to go to therapy. And then I was journaling, you know, so I was doing my certain things as far as therapy, right? And then towards the end of the 25-year marriage, I really started to level up, and I was just like, no, I was adamant about changing for the better, and I did it, you know what I mean? And so after we dispersed of the connection, you know, I really started to work on myself and see where I was, and it's like, wow, I was wrong for some of the things that I said. I was wrong for some of the things that I had done. So I called him. I was like, hey, you know what I mean? I was like, you know, I'm calling because I see certain things that I said and I did when we were together. I said, I'm calling, you know, to ask for your forgiveness and to apologize, and I'm taking accountability for myself, you know, and so, you know, like that's how it went.